911 emergency.
My dad's having a seizure.
Okay, Sudie, where are you?
I'm in Oceano.
How old are you?
I'm 9.
You're 9?
Yes.
And is he still having a seizure?
Yes.
When I first answered the phone and realized it was a child on the phone, I think instinctively I just answered with a more sympathetic voice. I don't think it was something I thought about. It was more of an unconscious reaction to the situation, just to be there for her because she needed somebody.
Are you home by yourself?
Yes.
Okay, we've got some help on the way, okay?
Yeah, how long will it be?
They're coming right there from Oceano, so it shouldn't be very long.
Okay.
Do you want to stay on the phone with me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll stay on the phone.
He is shaking a lot.
Okay.
And his arm is up and he's going, like, he's really shaking and his head is moving and his mouth is shaking.
Okay.
I thought I heard my dad yawning, but he wasn't really yawning. He was having a seizure. I realized I had to call 911 when I saw him shaking.
Is he still having a seizure?
Yeah.
He still is?
Yeah, he's shaking and stuff is coming out of his mouth.
Okay.
Can I hang up and call my mom?
I'm going to stay on the phone with you because we're going to send a deputy there, and he'll be there real quick, and he'll help you call your mom, okay?
Okay.
Where's your mom?
He's at work.
Okay, does he have these often?
No, he just had one last February.
He had one in February?
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of already knew what it was because he's had a seizure before. He was shaking like kind of really fast, and he would make noises.
Compared to some of the other children we've had call, Lily was very aware of where she was. She was very aware of what was going on in the house, and she knew her father's history enough to tell us exactly what his medical history was, the medications that he took. She knew her address, she knew the apartment number, and she knew her phone number, which we don't always get from a child caller.
Field Units 23 Adam 61 responding from Station 23, subject having a seizure, 9-year-old RP.
10-4 deputies responding for the 9-year-old female juvenile RP.
It comes down to whoever's closest to get help to her. When the call came in, I knew it was in Oceano. We have deputies right there in Oceano in the station. Our ambulance comes from Arroyo Grande to that area, so they're a little delayed. Because of the circumstances, we sent the sheriff's department as well.
Okay, we have some deputies on the way. They're going to help you. I'm going to stay on the phone until they get there, okay?
Okay.
We heard a call come out over the radio for a 9-year-old girl that was in her house with her father who was experiencing symptoms consistent with having a seizure. That was the best estimation she gave us as to what was wrong with them. First thought that went through my mind was the fear that a 9-year-old must be experiencing, and basically just trying to get there as quickly as possible for not only the welfare of the parent who's suffering the medical issue, but to make sure that the child's okay.
Can you hear the sirens?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your dad doing right now? Is he still twitching, having a seizure?
Yeah.
He went to the side of the house where there was a side door and started knocking, and we could hear crying from inside the house. We were told by our dispatch that they were still on the phone with Lily and that they were going to be instructing her to come to the door and let us in.
They're here.
They're here? Are you out with a police officer?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to hang up with you, okay?
Okay.
He's going to help you out.
Once she was able to see that we were indeed law enforcement, she allowed us into the house. She immediately took us to where her father was in the living room. We attempted to render first aid to her father and waited for the arrival of paramedics and fire personnel. Once they got there, they began rendering first aid as we continued with the collection of the medicines. We also were able to, with Lily's assistance, contact her mother, who lives in a different part of the county, who gave us some more comprehensive medical history regarding her father's condition. We're able to pass that information on to paramedics and then help place him on the gurney for transportation to the hospital.
When the ambulance got there, I felt a little bit better because I thought that they could help my dad. It was scary because I was worried that he might die.
Once her father had departed for the hospital with the paramedics and the ambulance, we stood by with Lily and the neighbor until her mother and grandmother arrived to take custody of her. And to her credit, she had moved everything within arm's reach of him prior to our arrival, removed anything sharp or anything breakable away from him. She moved things you know, such as a little coffee table, but still it was big for a 9-year-old girl. She had moved that as far as she could, just kind of drug it away from her father, and I truly think that by doing so, she saved him from a lot of harm.
The reason that I've had these recurring seizures is from a traumatic brain injury accident that I had on a motorcycle in December of '99. The last thing I remember before the seizure was watching television, and then everything just went black. The next thing I remember was waking up in the hospital. Utter confusion is what I felt mostly.
When I saw him, I was excited because I could talk to him and he was awake.
Lily's mother has trained Lily really well with what to do in the case of my having a seizure. Lily has really grasped it, and I'm pretty much blown away at how well she kept it together through this seizure.
I would say that Lily's reaction to this entire situation was nothing less than remarkable. She truly, I believe, saved her father's life. Whether or not she may ever really realize the significance of what she did, I don't know.
911 played a huge role on that day. If she had not called for help, her father would have not had an ambulance until somebody had been there to check on Lily.
My little safety net girl.
Mm-hmm. She's a good safety net, aren't you? He could have been unconscious. He could have gone into a coma. If she hadn't known how to use 911 properly, I don't know what would have happened.
I was told that she saved my life while I was still in the hospital. I feel blessed to have a daughter such as Lily, and I think she's just a really special person. Saved my life.